Don't tell people where you are because of all of our fans. You might not be able to leave your hotel.
It's true. The paparazzi scene can get a little crazy.
Don't tell anybody what hotel you're in Dubai right now.
Don't tell them that you're at the Sheraton at Grand Central.
Room number 302.
Whatever you do, don't tell them.
Yeah, I won't say anything. Gosh, this time difference is killer.
What is the time difference?
It's 6:30 at night already. Yeah.
Oh wow.
6:40.
Oh, that's killer. That's probably killing you.
I think I slept like 3 hours in the last 3 days.
That's terrible.
I laid down and I sleep for 1 hour and then I wake up because I'm supposed to be awake, so I'm not sleeping, and then the sun's up, even with the windows, the curtains closed. It sucks.
It sucks. And Dubai gets a lot of sun.
A lot. I went today. I swear, I pushed myself an hour. I was like, I've got to be dead tired. I'm just gonna sleep.
It's a good idea.
Anyway, so yeah.
How long are you in Dubai for?
I'm coming home tomorrow. Well, Saturday morning. Saturday, 3 o'clock in the morning, I go to the airport. Well, I'm leaving. So I'm actually leaving to the airport at 11 at night. I know.
You're gonna be fried when you get home. Fried.
I know. Like brain dead, like not able to think.
How long a flight is it?
15 hours.
Wow.
Direct.
Wow. I hope you upgraded for some legroom.
I did not. I'm cheapskate. I'm going on the wish that the people next to me don't book the seats, and I've got a little bit of like lay down room.
Well, cross my fingers for you.
Yeah.
I will say that some of the nicest airlines that I've ever flown were to either Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Like they really know quality and luxury.
No question. I actually every time I come here, I love this place. It's clean. It's like really upstate. Like there's a lot of good things happening. Like it's opulent, and it doesn't have to be overly expensive. I'll give you one example. All right. So it's lunchtime. I get a message on my phone. 50% all meals for the next 30 minutes for them from this delivery service. I'm like, wow, what a deal. So within 30 minutes, it gets delivered to my door. Guy rings my bell, delivers it to my door. Cost me $9 for a bowl of butter chicken. And I mean, hold on, I'll show you how it's presented.
They have a lot of good Indian food there.
Oh, it's incredible. And it comes in, it's like, this background, can't see nothing. No, there we go.
There you go.
So it comes in this amazing bag, a huge bowl of butter chicken, four naan breads, 2 garlic, blah, blah, blah. For $9 delivered to my door, including tip.
That's incredible.
In 30 minutes.
I bet it was delicious.
Incredible. I'm having it again tonight.
You have leftovers.
Just keep it coming.
And one thing I know about Dubai is it's also a tax haven for a lot of Europeans and other people in that part of the world, if I'm not mistaken.
They have upped that. So it's a 10% now. There is a 10% tax. So that's all gone corporate. So there's a 10% corporate tax.
Oh, wow.
But, 10% is still, compared to the alternatives, it's fine. And that's also, you go
flat
through
10%?
deductions. It's flat 10%, but you can have your deductions too, just like any other tax system, right? So you have your taxable expenses, and you can pay yourself a salary which is tax-free. You can't pay yourself all the business income as a salary because that's obviously not. They're not going to look kindly at that. But there's it's still not terrible, and it's your first 100K is tax-free, and only after that it's 10%.
Okay. Yeah. In the U.S., I think that if you make $500,000, you're paying 47%. So 10% sounds pretty nice compared to that.
You know what? Like I said, it's better than the alternatives.
Yeah. I like Puerto Rico. They have 3% taxes, and I think that's the tax haven for US, but you have to live there for 6 months and a day, and it needs to be your primary. And it's kind of a second world nation, and so you have second world kind of problems, meaning backup internet, generators, and you get hit by hurricanes all the time, so you're having that kind of issues as well.
Yeah.
For me, the hurricane's probably the one that's the most ugh. If I was going to be there 6 months in a day, I would just be there 6 months in a day from post-hurricane to pre-hurricane season, and just and I wouldn't buy. I'd rent and let the landlord deal with it.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't put it past me. I might end up down there. You never know.
You're absolutely right. Me too.
Yeah.
I think we know
headquarters, HQ.
Yeah, I think we know a bunch of people already that are down there for that purpose already.
Yeah, we do. A lot of Amazon sellers. Speaking of Amazon, what's new in your guys' world? You guys have been both Amazon and TikTok Shop. It's starting to, the T word starting to come in more and more every day, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, I will speak about TikTok. In my experience, I am on the cusp of feeling like an expert. I'm feeling pretty good about it. There's still a few aspects of it, but the Frankenstein puzzle piece of TikTok is no longer a confusing mess. It's been simplified, and we can typically get an account set up, all the account health, all the products added, everything done in less than 3 days. So I think that's pretty amazing. We have a complete checklist from beginning to end of all the permissions, the documents, the what needs to be connected to what you need to do to syndicate reviews. Everything is pretty much dialed in, and I'm excited to grow and help people make money on TikTok. So I'm excited about that.
Ditto.
Yeah.
I think after the account set up, what really intrigues me is how quickly can we get the brands, and we have some running already, but how quickly can we get the brands having profitable paid ads?
Absolutely.
That's the one thing I'm like, how quick can we get someone from a setup to a ROAS from a click that's a worst case 2 ROAS, 100% ACoS, right? Worst case. How long does that take to get a brand from there to there? And I want to get that shortened as quick as possible.
Absolutely. So the growth step essentially is going to come down to a series of avenues, which essentially it's either going to be your own videos that you've done portrait, or it's going to be creator videos, which you then are going to test both avenues, see which ones convert, and then you're going to push them, your own videos. Now, typically, the reason why creator videos work so well is because they're not professional. They don't look corporate. They look very kind of something that relates to everybody. And so when you make those professional videos, sometimes they don't convert. Sometimes people are like, yeah, boring, whatever. But they like to see that thing that makes them laugh, or that the eyebrows, or something weird that they did in the video that they didn't plan for. That's the kind of stuff that kind of blows up. So that's why you need to kind of test both avenues and see which one works, and then push it. And the reason that we like it and love it so much is on Amazon is that if it goes well, you should get that X factor, which makes your branded search go up. And I think that's pretty exciting when it's done correctly.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think there is obviously the sales on platform, but there's the overflow sales to Amazon. And all of it needs to be taken into account and measured. And how quickly that partnership develops. We're talking about 2 corporates. I don't see it happening within a year that you're going to be able to measure this. These 2 big monsters coming together here. But, the quicker that happens, the easier all of this measurement is going to become.
Yeah, and I think we were talking about this at a previous call, is that like Facebook is your uncles, your grandmas, your over 40, but the younger generation is on TikTok, and they also purchase things. So you need to be advertising to your demographic, and a lot of them are under 40. I hate to say it, Facebook has kind of become a retirement home. So TikTok is kind of where it's at, and unfortunately, the new generation has that short of an attention span of a 20-second video. So yeah, but you know what? In a couple of years, there might be another platform, and so you got to stay with what's trending. And I think TikTok is hot right now, and I think it's where it's at. And I think if you're not on TikTok, you're missing out on opportunity.
I think that it's bigger than that too, actually, Eric. I think that TikTok is not the point. I think the point is that creator affiliate marketing is here to stay, and it's not going back. I think advertising is now based on short videos from average Jane, average Joe, telling you about their experience with a product. And the reason why is that, remember back in 2015, 2014, 2013, the influencer world was really big. You know, the people with the large followers on Instagram, and it was all about, they would kind of promote products, but not really look like they were promoting products, right? They didn't say they were being paid. Remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
So that was the beginning of what is now TikTok. And what's incredible is that TikTok has empowered me, it's empowered you, it's empowered Ryan, it's empowered our wives, our mothers, our grandmothers, anybody with a phone with a freaking camera that they don't even have to wiggle their butt anymore. You know, it's like you can just be a normal human being that looks like a normal person, and you can sell a product, and genuinely you can go viral on that product with 6 followers to your name. So I think TikTok has changed everything, and it's never going to go back. The influencer world of like Kim Kardashian's the only person who can have a viral video, those days are over. And if you're I think that they found lightning in a bottle with making an average person have their 15 minutes of fame and sell a shit ton of units of products.
Yeah, one thing I would say is that there still is a little bit of butt wiggling, but I do think that they did change the game forever, because it was interesting that you say that, because affiliate marketing kind of before this, if you look at it, it was usually somebody like had a website and they would have links to products from Amazon or to other places, and they would make like a kickback. And otherwise, before that, with influencers, you might give them like a discount code or some sort of affiliate code. But I think never up to this point did you have the ability where it was a seamless connection of the content they created and the kickbacks that they got. And I'm sure that there was a little bit of distrust. Sometimes the links didn't work, sometimes whatever. But I think that TikTok, you're right. I think they actually changed the game kind of permanently.
So we're there. We're here, man. And I wonder how many accounts Bullseye has now. I think probably we have like almost probably 20 TikTok shop accounts, which is 15% of our management. I mean, we manage 120 accounts now, guys. So what's 20 out of 20? 20 out of 120 is about 15%. I think this is a bold prediction, but I think we could get to 50% of our accounts being TikTok accounts. I just shockingly, it's just moving at such a rapid pace. We have more interest and enthusiasm coming in on TikTok Shop than any other service. When we do any marketing for Bullseye, we get the best click-through rate. We get the best appointment rate for TikTok Shop. Remember a few years ago when Google ads to Amazon was like, we could send an email out and get 7 appointments, Ryan? That was like, what, two years ago? And then that kind of faded a little bit. And now it's like, people are like, yeah. We know. So it's still just as, it's actually funny enough, it's actually more effective than it's ever been, right, Ryan? Like that whole program of Google ads, it's better than it's ever been.
It's crazy.
But the honeymoon period of marketing is gone, right? Where people are like, yeah. And of course, Amazon account management from an agency standpoint is very difficult to sell. People have had how many different agencies sell them account management and screw the pooch and do a terrible job. So we're the best at account management. Our churn is maybe 1%. We have the best churn in the business, but it's always hard to convince someone to jump aboard. However, TikTok Shop, you just put a sign up that says TikTok, and people are like, hey man, where do I write the check?
Yep. Yeah, and it was like
Crazy.
that, like when we were at Prosper, I think it was 2 years ago. It was amped, 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 amped. Everywhere you go, amped. And then this year it was TikTok, 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 and it's definitely what's trending. It's what's hot, and it's definitely where you need to be. But maybe next year maybe we'll be on Reddit. I don't know. We'll see.
Reddit shop, Discord shop.
Yes, Discord shop, where even scammers get their own shop.
So do you guys? Okay, so here's some interesting ideas. Do you guys think there's a potential that if this TikTok bullshit business with the government comes to a realistic end, where an impasse essentially, do you think there's a chance that TikTok could sell their U.S. business before allowing that kickoff to occur? And do you think Amazon is a potential suitor?
If it gets to that point, Amazon's going to show them the middle finger because they know that they've got no leg to stand on.
But Amazon would be stupid to do that, because Amazon would also go, "Hey guys, here's a little money."
Yeah,
You know?
I wouldn't put it past
Get
them.
some
I mean,
change.
yeah, they've redefined the definition of monopoly. And honestly, I think that the legal issues that they've had, I feel like might be from lobbying from Amazon, to be honest. So, I mean, they might be lobbying them into a legal position where they have to sell and then buy them at a discount or something. Anything really to them is a discount. So I could see it happening. I could see them buy Walmart. I honestly could see them buy the US. I mean,
Oh, speaking of Walmart, you know who's getting really left behind with this whole business is Walmart.com. Like, let's be honest. Like, Walmart.com had their like moment and during COVID, right, where it was like, oh, they're gonna do something. They're gonna do something big over there. They bought Jet and they put all this infrastructure in.
$1 billion.
Yeah, $1 billion. And then Walmart's like, oh, and we have stores, so we can literally like drop shit off at your house within an hour, which is cool. That is cool. They do have the ultimate fulfillment center of the retail location. However, do you know one seller that's killing it on Walmart? Out of all of our accounts, do you guys know one seller that's making even significant money, like on Walmart?
No, it's definitely a drip, and it's always been a drip. And honestly, Jet was a good platform until they bought it.
Oh, they screwed it up?
Yeah, like I was selling more on Jet than I was on Walmart, and then Walmart bought it, and Jet turned to garbage.
Is Jet still alive?
Great question. Great question. When you ask those kind of questions, it really shows how well they're doing.
If you go to Jet, it goes to Walmart. I just did it.
Yeah, so they killed them. Yeah.
Now, Walmart stats might be great. Overall, Walmart might be saying, hey, we're growing 20% on sales year over year. It's very possible because they probably have more sellers joining the platform, and that does create more sales. However, individual sellers, I'm not seeing individual sellers have a significant increase. There's definitely not a gold rush, where with TikTok Shop, I already know about 4 or 5 sellers personally through friends and people I've met at trade shows that are selling millions of dollars a month on TikTok Shop. I've never heard in the last 5 years, not one seller with that kind of story or hearsay or reputation of selling on Walmart.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we went to the mastermind before we went to the Vegas to Prosper, and they were talking about content, TikTok, speaker after speaker. I mean, it is literally like the hottest thing. You can blow on it, and 10 people are like, "What you guys do management on TikTok?" Like, everybody wants to go there. Everybody needs to be there.
Yeah, another issue with TikTok is the fact that TikTok is not ready for this. So, like what you and I have told our clients many times is TikTok did not know they were going to be a shop. They didn't know they were going to be fulfilling orders. They didn't know they were going to be an e-com platform. They were just a place where people were wiggling their butt and doing funny dog videos. And obviously there was a tipping point where enough products were being promoted and sold off TikTok where they went, okay, we're losing money here on the opportunity, the opportunity loss. So now they've kind of Frankensteined it into a shop, and that Frankenstein is the best way to put it. Literally sewing the arm on, sewing the leg on. So it's totally fragmented. It's a mess. But the good thing is It is working, and as an agency, we have a better connection, and we have an agency platform, and we have. So TikTok's done more for agencies than they've done for sellers, because they're actually prioritizing the agency relationship, because they know if they have agencies with a lot of sellers under their wing, that's less customer support tickets for them. So we're definitely, we're definitely seeing a lot of sellers coming in that are like just getting nowhere with TikTok and TikTok support, and where we're able to get things like Eric said done in 3 days, they're taking months.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that they say one thing, but they mean another, which is kind of confusing. So they're like, upload this document, and you upload it, and they actually meant a different document. So they speak kind of you have to kind of know what they need and have it essentially kind of dialed in, because their support isn't very helpful. It's very automated, a lot of AI, a lot of it feels a lot of chat bots. Like, it doesn't feel like it feels like you're arguing with a computer. So you kind of have to know what they need so that you can get through the nonsense. I think when you were in Vegas, when you met with TikTok, I think that the biggest thing that we took from them was that they said that they were missing the agency partnership, and I think that was where the light bulb went off, and I think that's what started this whole journey. About was it been like 5 months now?
Yep, March.
And
yeah.
so we're putting tremendous resources into crushing this platform and understanding. And I think that the TikTok itself, the social part of it works flawlessly, but then you've got connecting it to TikTok Shop, and then you got the ad manager, and it's all Frankenstein. And there's a lot of a lot of things that just don't work very well or very fast. And also, I think that they're also going through tremendous growing pains and trying to keep up with everything. And I think that that's what's making everything slow as well.
Absolutely. I mean, look, read these numbers, Eric.
You're making me feel like I need glasses. Can you zoom in a little bit?
Yeah, happy to.
I'm getting old. Yep. In 2023, TikTok Shop's gross merchandise volume increased nearly fourfold, from 4.4 billion to 16.3 billion. Wow, 4x. Wow. U.S. e-commerce business expected to grow tenfold to 2024 to 17.5 in 2023. The beauty and personal care category was the top-selling category on TikTok Shop, which makes up pretty much 50% of all Amazon brands we talk to, with approximately 307 million items sold. Other top-selling categories included women's wear, underwear, food and beverages, home supplies, and fashion accessories. Wow, that's what it's all about right there. 4x.
That's it. We're riding the wave. So let's see. Walmart.com.
Oh, don't do it.
Revenue. Just Walmart.com.
Yeah, you got to get the online, because they crush it in retail.
Unfortunately, it's giving me all the retail numbers, which is the biggest ever, 650 billion. But they're not giving me the .com numbers. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can ask the right question. What percent Walmart sales?
Maybe ask ChatGPT. Ask Leroy or whatever his name, Stanley Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Yep.
All right, let's ask Gilbert. What percentage of Walmart total sales are made on their website, on their e-commerce website, annually? Okay, Gilbert, let's see if you got something. Okay, it says here their e-commerce sales account for approximately 15 to 16% of its total revenue.
Okay.
Online sales of 2023 hit 100 billion, a significant increase from the year before. Reflecting the growing importance of e-commerce. Wow. So their total is 650 billion, and they did 100 billion on e-commerce. Now let's go. Amazon .com sales 2023. Let's see what it says. 574 billion. So Amazon, and it grew 12%, which is insane. The fact that it's still growing in double-digit numbers. Like, you would think it would saturate,
But it's crazy that Walmart is 20% of Amazon, yet we don't know one person that's crushing it on there.
Yeah. So what that means is that they have a lot of
their own stuff.
They have a lot of their own stuff, and there's a lot of products out there that aren't fulfilled by third parties.
Yeah, it's a good move for them to sell Walmart stuff to people online.
Yeah, so like Walmart is buying, it's like products that Walmart is buying and owns inventory that would display in their store also is fulfilling it e-commerce.
Yeah,
So that makes more sense to me.
it's not crushing it for the third party sellers.
They're really not.
One thing I would say about TikTok though, is it just like anything, it's still a business. It's not a gold rush. It is a you have to create a lot of content. There's no guarantees. It's a numbers game, and you have to be willing to spend the money. Influencers know their value. So any influencer that has a high GMV and making money, they're not going to do content for you for free for a sample. Like you need to pay them $500 to $1,500 if you go that route. If you're scraping, otherwise you can use like what's the new service called? The TalkSuite.
My new agency?
Yeah.
TalkSuite.
TalkSuite, yeah. Or use an agency that can kind of can provide like 100 video packages and things like that. But if you're doing it yourself, you're scraping, and then you got to send $1,000 as a sample, and you got to track it. Sometimes it's better to be able to get a package and do a connection where you can see the results from all the videos all in one place, and you can get the videos made at such a rapid rate to actually get momentum. And TikTok is a numbers game, and you got to be willing to spend the money to get the traffic. I mean, people have an attention span of like 3 seconds, and every time they scroll, there's another chick shaking her ass or a dog video. So you need to have it like you need to have enough content out there where you're actually making getting some awareness.
TalkSuite's coming soon. I'm not going to show any more. I'm just going to show that it's coming soon.
A little teaser. I like it.
It's coming soon. We got the logo done. The website's going to be built. It's coming soon.
I know that people are using it already, and I know that I've seen some great results. And I think that it's going to be a flood of opportunity. And I mean, when you're scraping these things, like getting automatic replies, and you go back and forth, and then you negotiate, then you send a PayPal, then you send a sample, like that's so much time. Like it's better to be able to go to somebody and be like, I need somebody who can make sure they make 100 videos of decent quality, they say the right things, and be able to control the outcome and release the videos in a timely fashion without having to follow up and all that nonsense. So I think it's going to be a great service.
Yeah, so we have a flywheel over here. We do obviously Amazon account management under Ryan. We're killing it with D2C marketing, Meta, Google advertising, email marketing. We have that whole flywheel. Then we also have Celico, which is helping to launch products. We have some new services coming out that I think, Eric, you know a little bit about. I'll tell the audience. So Celico is going more into market research starting in October. So our services are going to be, you can get the same great results from our services. You can definitely create momentum and virality when you're launching a product through Celico with the new services, same as the old. However, in addition, you're getting a lot more value. So with the new services, all of our shoppers are required to answer questions and do a five-star rating system, and do the same five-star rating system for the product itself. So they're rating the shopper experience, which includes your listing. They're comparing your listing with other listings. They're comparing your price. They're comparing your offer. They're telling you what they don't like about the listing. Then they're receiving the product. Then they're giving you a rating on the use of the product, the effectiveness of the product, the packaging, and the et cetera. So you're getting an entire market shopper survey back. Then what we're doing is we're aggregating all the shopper answers with AI. So you're going to get our AI report summary that's basically going to summarize all the different feedback points with your listing and your product. So that's going to be included with every campaign starting in October. Cool.
Honestly, that like triples the value. That is so important. I mean, the experience when you receive a product, some people don't actually put a lot of effort into it, and then there's some companies that put a nice box and put the details. And honestly, when you receive the experience can be the difference between charging $5 or $20 on a product. So getting that rating is very important. Also, the ease of use, how effective it was. Did it match the expectations given by the listing? I think all of these things are tremendously valuable, and if you're doing it all for the same cost, like that's tremendous value.
Yes and no. It's going to be the same cost for certain products and not the same cost for certain products. Like some products that because the shopper is doing all this work for the incentive of a free product.
Right.
And if the free product is not very valuable to the shopper, then we're going to add a bonus to the shopper, $3 to $5 per shopper.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So it depends. So, if you're selling steak knives, don't worry. Your price isn't going to increase because that adds a lot of value to the shopper and they're willing to do all the work for the steak knives.
Absolutely.
But if you're selling a packet of mouse traps, we're probably going to insist on you doing a little bonus. That's how we're doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's an exciting program. That's the kind of information that we use typically AI, where we look after the fact when we're looking at the review. Like we'll do a listing analysis and we'll use AI and we'll look at the Q&As and the reviews from customers and kind of get the feeling from all of that. But instead of like waiting till after, we can actually get it from the beginning and make the corrections before we get the bad reviews and before we get the things we can't correct, that take five stars to erase a 1 star, things of that nature.
Imagine launching a product, Eric, and you have 150 people telling you all these things from their experience with actual shopper intent. They're paying out of their own pocket. They're obviously later getting a rebate for that service. But you got to understand, people to do the time and to pay out of their pocket, they have intent. There is buyer intent. They wouldn't be doing that if they didn't want the product, which is the only survey service that's going to be available today on Amazon. That's going to survey the shopper experience and the product, both with buyer intent. Where right now, a lot of survey services are, hey, which image do you like better? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? But there's no consequence. There's no money exchanging hands. So what I like is that these guys are going to go, okay, $30 is leaving my bank account. That affects their viewpoint. That affects their shopper experience to have that $30 at the end leave their bank account. And you're never going to be able to get that level of authenticity with just someone who isn't going to check out. Never. So
Absolutely.
it's a game changer, man. I'm excited about it. It's being built right now. It's the MVP, minimal viable product, the basic service. The version 1.0 is being launched October 1st, which is 5 weeks.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So we're doing a lot over here, guys. It's exciting. You guys are killing it with TikTok Shop. You're getting it. You're getting. You have a lot of accounts. You have a lot more accounts coming. Ryan, you're always killing it with Google. Eric, you're always killing it. Your account management churn rate is next to nothing. You guys are just absolute domination station. And I'm just really proud of the team. And I'm just. Bullseye has never had a stronger quarter, as you guys can see. It's just we're everything's going great over here. So. It's a big infomercial. Sorry about it. Whoever's watching, this is an infomercial today. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Hey, Bullseye is sponsoring the video, so freaking deal with it. Okay, deal with it. All right. Well, hey, Brian, I can tell you need to go to bed. It's time for night. You look pooped.
I have 2 more meetings, buddy.
Well, go get some triple shots or something, dude. Do something.
I know. I'm done.
You look
done.
toast. Yeah.
I got Chinese eyes.
Yeah.
I will tell you that as good as the Indian food may taste and the discount, it probably doesn't help you stay awake.
No, all those carbs.
Well, I got a short window here. I'm just maxing it out.
Hey, you know what? For $9, I would have been eating the same thing, man.
It's the real deal, man.
Best deal in town.
Eat it.
All right, guys. Well, this is another episode of the biggest podcast in the world that's hosted by Eric Young, Ryan Duminy, Michael Esty, who couldn't make it today, and Ian Page. So just remember, whenever you're listening, you're listening to the creme de la creme, the #1 podcast. Thank you for joining us for another episode, and have a safe travel back, Ryan. Thank you. Make it home in one piece.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys.
You,
and hey, we have dinner coming up in a couple weeks. You guys were both invited.
Woo. Sounds great.
All right. Bye, everybody.